Hey, soul family. Thank you for coming back to the Intuitive Alchemist. Welcome to another video. This one is going to be called Reclaiming Halloween. Now, sensitive subject for a lot of people. I totally get it. So let's start first off on the idea of reclaiming in general. We have so many traditions and practices and things that have been used, unfortunately, to control us and enslave us. And in some cases have been used very nefariously to harm others. The idea of reclaiming something is to, instead of letting it be used for that negative energy, taking it and using it for good instead. So, in the same way that, you can have any tool, anything can be used as a tool or as a weapon. Can be used to do good or to cause harm. And trying to, hiding from and fear the energies that come around this year doesn't serve us. So really the question is, what are ways that we can reclaim this season, Halloween or Samhain, as a time to really grow spiritually, to enjoy our time here on this plane, on the earth, to really live life to the fullest in a way that is honoring and loving to others and to God, to Source, and that honors the connection that we all share. So reclaiming in general is about doing that, is about taking things that were being misused and putting them to proper use for the benefit of everyone. And like I was saying a minute ago, the presence of spirits, the veil, you might have often heard it been said, the veil thins at this time of year. And to those who are more aware, it can be more palpable. You can sense it, you can feel it. And it's important, I think, also to be able to manage that in a way that's healthy, instead of letting that energy, in addition to other energies that we might be dealing with. There's this Scorpio moon, Scorpio eclipse and all that, and what's just going on in the world in general. We're also dealing with this aspect of it on this etheric level, right? This spiritual level. There are areas especially where that is more palpable, you can more easily feel the spirits, and there are both negative and there are both higher dimensional beings that are active at this time. So there's a lot of historical context around it as well, and a lot of this has been lost. There's an incredibly good historical walkthrough that After School just put out a few days ago, and I'm going to link it if YouTube lets me. It's kind of being funny with me putting links in my descriptions yet, but if it lets me, I'm going to put the link to the After School history on Halloween, and they do a really good job of showing the revisionism that's gone on in terms of kind of demonizing the time of the year in general, which I think only serves the dark, versus also the ancient traditions going way back. We're talking, thousands of years ago, recognizing and acknowledging what goes on our world at this time of year. So check it out if you have time. It's a long one, but it is worth it. I think it's at least an hour long. And it's also what really matters more than anything is what is your intention. Sorry, there there is going to be some noise because I'm outside in front of my house, and you can see my little Halloween sign. It's pretty benign. Um, it's some pumpkins and stuff, that kind of thing. Leaves. Um, what is your intention in celebrating? Um, is your intention to cause harm to others and to cause fear? Um, if it is, then you may need to do some inner work and question yourself and what might be making you feel like that's something that's helpful to yourself and others, and whether it really is reflecting love. Um, Maybe a time for some serious inner work. But if your intention is to work through fear, well, I mean, that's something else entirely. And even though we might see like things around that are scary or have to deal with things that are scary, the important thing is that we deal with it, that we don't stay stuck in that fear. Now, one way we can do this is by breathing through the root chakra. You focus on the base of your spine, you close your eyes. If there is something that triggers you or makes you feel afraid, and this goes for anything, not just this time of year, you take a moment and you take a deep breath in, acknowledging it and focusing on it, feeling it, and then breathing it out, letting it go, breathing out through that chakra, through your root chakra. And you continue to do that, breathing it in, acknowledging it, recognizing it, understanding what it is that's causing it, and breathing it out and letting it go. And then you can replace it with, once you've, feel like you've let it go, you can replace it by doing the breath exercise. Instead of replacing it with breathing in the fear, at this point, you're breathing in, the stability, like the grounding, and you're repeating yourself a sense of security. So breathing in, going, saying, I'm strong, I'm solid, I'm stable, I'm fearless. And just feeling your root chakra open up, letting it open up, letting that negativity, that fear flow out of you. But that's just one thing you can do. But another thing that I like to do, and that I think a lot of people like to do is to laugh. I'm wearing a Ghostbusters shirt because it's one of my favorite movies, because in that movie they do such an excellent job of providing so much humorous relief, so much brevity to like a really scary situation, right? I mean, New York's being taken over by all of these by these demons, and they're there to wreck everything and make it suck. But it's not so bad because it's you have the Ghostbusters cracking jokes the whole time and getting through it with brevity and getting through it with genuine love. Because I mean, humor like genuine humor, not humor to tear others down, but genuine humor to build others up is a great way of reflecting the love of God, love of Source. So that's a great example, right? Yeah, absolutely. Humor is another great way to manage that and transmute that fear at this time. And then I got this from there's a folk band called Fawn, and they did a song called Halloween, and they in that song quote, "We dress as the Fae to chase the bad away." I think that's so relevant, especially like for kids, like dressing up as something fun and playful, as a playful spirit, or something like a superhero or a character that really makes them feel empowered and emboldened. And using that, like being in that spirit of positivity, of love, like, right, of enjoying our time here and letting that chase away and fight away the evil, the bad. It's such a powerful thing to do. And, we also, of course, like one of the big things this year is of course, trick-or-treating, right? Which is one of the reasons I wanted to film outside in my neighborhood, because it's such a big part of the year. And when you're going out, your kids are going out trick-or-treating, or you're going out with your kids, you're taking part in that, and you're, instead of taking part in it as something, as a thing of fear, um, you might see decorations that are scary or whatever. Think of it as you being in a place of strength and able to stand against whatever you're seeing that's causing fear, and laugh about it. And um, so I want to give full credit to Gypsy Mama, because she talked about this. This was her idea, but there's the idea of, like, there is a lot of candy and stuff that's not good, right? Especially this time of year. But what we can do is, there's a lot of alternative organic stuff out there right now. I'll post a link to some as well if I can, where what she had talked about was doing like the Halloween fairy, where the kids might have gone out trick-or-treated, but they come back and they get to trade the junky stuff for stuff that's not so junky, like organic candy, or maybe something that they had been wanting to manifest for a while, like something that had been really special to them, some kind of treat or something like that. Now, if your kids are used to doing Halloween the regular way, this might be a hard sell. I know it was for mine, but you just got to work with them and explain, like, look, this is why we're doing this, because we care about you, we love you, we want the best for you. So consider that as an option. And then, in addition to that, another tradition that you can do is just as, if you want to have for general protection and helping to drive away anything negative, is creating a bonfire. You can create a bonfire. Think of it as a beacon of light in a time of uncertainty, right? And driving away anything negative. And along with that, you can, of course, as always, like, you can use sage. You can decorate with selenite. And mugwort and juniper are also traditionally associated with this time of year. So those are all things that help. It's also still not a bad time to do carving a jack-o'-lantern to help you program for yourself, like, into the universe, like that intention of driving away anything negative or preventing anything negative. And you can also do a Maybon apple. It's not too late to still do a Maybon apple ritual. And Jenna from the White Witch Parlor has a great video on doing that. I also did a talk with that on Gypsy Mama's channel about a month ago. So you can go check either of those videos out. And again, I'll put links in the description if YouTube lets me. But those are other fun things that you can do. And then lastly, and maybe the most important thing that we can take advantage of on Halloween, on Samhain, this time of year, is really getting the most out of it, the most out of transmuting it, is sitting with the candle lit, maybe with some photos or some special things that remind you of people in your life or your ancestors, and taking that time to connect with their energy and their love, because everything that they did, in one way, shape, or form, helped you to be here now. And showing them that gratitude, like, you will feel it return to you. So consider that as probably one of the most rewarding things that you can do on this day, at least for me. So anyway, I hope that gives you all some inspiration and some ideas, and maybe just how we can reclaim Halloween in general. And if you have any ideas of your own, please share them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste. Happy Halloween.